welcome back everybody to Phoenix Wright, Justice for All, continuing on with our next day in trial. How did he do it? That's the next course of this legal buffet.
Be careful, Nick, you messed up here.
She's right, I can't mess up here. I've got to give this one some serious thought. I'm sure that Acro killed the ringmaster, and he killed the ringmaster while he was in his room. No doubt about it. Time to enlighten us as to how Mr. Dingling committed the crime, Mr. Wright. Alright. I'm going to present some evidence. So what did Mr. Dingling use to commit the crime of murder against Russell Berry?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it was this one. Maybe it was the statue. Wait. It couldn't have been the bottle, because we've already figured out what that one's from. There's only one thing in our evidence that he could have possibly hit him with, and that's the statue. That's gotta be it. Take that! What's that? A picture? It is indeed. The problem is with the item that's shown in the picture. The bust? It's quite a large bust, and because it is life-sized, it is also very, very heavy. Heavy? Heavy enough to guarantee a certain death, especially if it was dropped from a third-story window. Ah! I don't know. Jeez. See, this is how Acro was able to kill the ringmaster, with the force of gravity and Maximilian Galactica's ample bust. Order! So you're saying the bust fell into the ringmaster? A rather simple crime. Even if you were stuck in a wheelchair, it would be incredibly easy to commit. How could you possibly wheel a wheelchair with something so heavy? It's impossible. Well, Acro is an acrobat. He should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like the bust. Mr. Dingling, how do you respond to these charges? Well,
Acro's at a loss for words.
He should be. He knows that I'm getting close to the truth. Well, Acro. You can't run away from things this time. Ow! I'd watch what I say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? Your Honor, the physical health of the witness is material to this case. I demand that we get proper testimony from the witness himself. Testimony you say? On karma. She's just using this testimony as a rouse to stall for time. There's absolutely no need for such testimony. The defense is its version of the murder. The prosecution has the right to respond. The defense's objection is overruled. Why can't he see things my way once in a while? Mr. Dingling, I'm sorry, but we need you to testify about your physical condition. If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, we can request expert testimony. The witness will have no problems. However, let's all be respectful towards him. Thank you. That woman will sink to any low to win a case. Yeah, she's kind of a jerk. Phoenix, you're just realizing this now? Alright, here we go. I suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bust. I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. However, lifting the bust and looking out of the window would have been impossible. Lifting the bust... There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head. Thus, it would be unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him, don't you think? Well, because at the crime scene... Come on. It's in a box. So I'm wondering if the statue is inside the box. Have they even looked inside the box yet? Is this the box? Wait. Where's... Yeah. It was locked by a small key. So we still don't know what's in this box. It could possibly be this statue in the box. Anyways. I have no doubts in regards to this witness's testimony. It was impossible for him to lift the bust and carry it over to the window, not to mention that he could not have known the location of the ringmaster's head. A single false step would have led to even more severe injuries. That's what I was thinking. What is your opinion on the matter, Mr. Wright? I'd still like to proceed with my cross-examination. He's simply stalling. It's shameful, really. I can't let her get to me. I've got to focus. Phoenix, you gotta chill. Alright. So I'm pretty sure that we should present... It seems like a very simple testimony to present something on. The bust would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force in my lower body. bus and looking at. That seems like a pretty simple one to present it on. I mean, that's the simplest one that's in this testimony, so it only makes sense to press it on that one. So let's try presenting the box, I think. And if not, then we'll present the bust on that. So we had to have it in a box in order to actually throw it. Objection! Your Honor, what do you think about the witness's statement? I'm not sure I follow you. It clearly, contradicts the, I thought... What? What are you talking about? Oh, man! Oh, my God. Let's see here. Oh, what should we do? I guess we'll press. Oh. Have you ever lifted up the bus before? No, I've never actually lifted up with my own two hands, but I should get to it, don't you think? I can't let money outdo me on this. Money? That crazy monkey has lifted Max's bus before? Please continue with your testimony, Mr. Dingling. Oh. I thought that would have been it. So what have you been doing to keep in shape? Well, honestly, I've given up on training. I don't have any plans to return to the trapeze or the tightrope. You don't say. But no offense, I'm not worried about losing to you in a race or anything. Neither am I, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
I wouldn't lose either, Slowpoke. I mean, Nick.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. How did the discussion turn to me all of a sudden? I suppose you could say that I'm stronger than the average bear. Let's try to see what happens when we press on it. And why is that? Because if I were to do that, I'd end up falling out the window myself. I still haven't gotten much feeling back in my legs yet. So you couldn't have thrown that bus out the window. Oh, man. How long do you think your recovery will take? You have to remember that the nerves were severed. I'm currently undergoing some extremely intensive rehabilitation, but it's still going to take a while before I'm back to 100%. Let me remind you of another very important point. If the witness was carrying the bust, he would not be able to see out below the window. Why do you say it would be impossible? Allow me to explain. You accept that if I was carrying the bust, I couldn't see out below the window. Thus, there is no way that I would know the location of the ringmaster's head. Well, I suppose you've got a point.
Hey, Nick.
Huh?
What if you turn things around? Maybe if you think of it sort of like this. If you knew the location of the ringmaster's head, then you could drop the bust.
That does make sense. If only I could prove somehow. So maybe that's what we had presented on. That I could know the location of the ringmaster's head without looking down. Maybe that's it. I think I've already explained things sufficiently. Should we try it? Because we still have plenty of health, so I guess we can try it now. Objection! Hey, maybe it worked. Acro, you didn't really need to lean out of the window, did you? What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? You already knew ahead of time where the ringmaster's head was going to be. Quite precisely, I may add. Your silly hinting at things is pointless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Enough stalling. How about you show us some evidence? But I did such a good job hinting. Yes. Hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright. Maybe you should take a look at this. The key point here is the wooden box. The same wooden box that the victim was found hunched over. The same. The question is, who placed the wooden box here? Who? When Ben and company saw the ringmaster, they didn't see him holding the box, which means that this wooden box was already placed at the scene. I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense. The moment that the bus came falling down was exactly the same moment that the ringmaster lifted up this wooden box. Which means that the answer to all of these questions is now crystal clear. You mean, if the bus were to fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box, there would be no way that it could miss the head of the victim. Really? Order. This is unbelievable. Finally, some of these loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. Now I just gotta keep going, and there's only one way to go from here, forward.
So the next question I have is, who placed that wooden box in the scene?
It was Mr. Dingling, of course. He connected it to a rope, and then all he had to do was lower it down. Ow! Allow me to whip some sense into you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Ow! 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 The ringmaster's head could have been anywhere when he lifted the box. That's why the box was so specially made. Specially made? Indeed, it had the most peculiar feature. Oh god. The contents? Because the bust is inside it? That makes sense to me. The size... Wait, hold on. Size... Alright, let's try contents. No, I didn't mean to press that! Dang it! What? Oh, the box was a remarkable size. Size? Exactly. What? I didn't mean... I was gonna press contents. I guess that was the wrong thing. Alright. I think you could tell from the picture that the wooden box was very large. To lift it up, one would have been required to squat.
Meaning that one would have had to have taken it up in both arms, right?
Moreover, the box is quite heavy. It weighs in the neighborhood of 20 pounds.
The box also has carrying handles on either side, doesn't it?
That is correct. To lift up the box, you'd have to squat down. Which means that no matter who you are, your head would be in approximately the same place. Fool. Does she even bother to listen to me anymore? I've heard what you've had to say. I must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills.
Did you drop it? Did you drop the bust onto the ringmaster?
What are you talking about? Even if I had wanted to do such a thing, I couldn't. What? Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of this bust? I guess I remember. Of course I remember. It was on top of the table in the cafeteria.
Then what happened to it?
I'd like you to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I cannot possibly leave the lodging house by myself.
That means...
You understand what I mean, don't you? I may very well have been able to drop the bus from my room. However, how would I have gotten the bus from the cafeteria to my room? So maybe he did have an accomplice. You see, Mr. Phoenix Wright, explain that. Don't forget, you said there was no accomplice. Ugh. Tell us exactly how the witness would have carried the bus from the cafeteria. Yep, we definitely have a problem here. But this is no place to get perplexed. I've got to get my wits about me and prove how things happen once and for all.
Alright, Mr. Wright, let's hear your explanation. How did the witness get the bus from the cafeteria back to his room?
Oh boy, this is a big question right here. Wait a second. Shiny objects. Monkey who takes care of Acro. Maybe money was helping him out. That makes sense.
A monkey?
Everyone knows money. He loves shiny objects of any size.
For instance, he stole the ventriloquist's ring.
So are you saying the witness had a monkey steal the bust? Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. The monkey stole it on his own and then brought it back home.
Home?
Money lives in Acro's room.
Acro's room?
But the bust was bronze, wasn't it? Bronze isn't all that shiny. Maybe you should put the whip down sometimes and read the court record.
My, those are some very nice cards he's holding.
Yes, and they are made of platinum, which is very shiny. Ah! Acro? Money is a strong monkey, right? It'd be easy for him to bring the bust back to your room. If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be on the market for a new roommate.
Order, order! I said order! That's my karma! Where is the bust in question at this moment?
I don't know. We're searching for it as we speak.
This is a strange turn of events. If that monkey did not steal a bust, then what happens to this case?
Well, in that event, something else must have been used as the murder weapon.
Well,
Or maybe this bust was the murder weapon, but it was used by accident.
That's possible.
Maybe Acro saw Money's mountain of stolen goods and thought to use one of them. Alright, take another break. We'll be back with more Phoenix Wright. Stay tuned.